This is Justice, and welcome to another Voice of JST. It's been absolutely forever. I have been busy doing something or another completely irrelevant, writing articles, playing video games, but forget all that. It's time for another audio podcast. This time it's about Street Fighter V, and we're going to talk about my wish list for the official Street Fighter V release. Of course, there's only going to be 16 characters, at least initially, and we all know for a fact it's going to be Super Street Fighter V eventually. But for now, I'm thinking I probably want a bunch of, my characters to be in there, or at least some new ones. So, in the first place, what's the number one character I want to see in Street Fighter V? I'll give you one guess. Okay, forget that, you know who it is. It's Juri. Obviously, I want Juri to be in there. She was introduced in Super Street Fighter 4, and has been obviously in the subsequent versions after that. And it would be great to see her in 5. Now, at the moment, from what we've seen so far of the roster, we haven't seen anyone from Street Fighter 4 or from Third Strike. We've seen Nash, aka Charlie Nash, from Alpha, and we've seen this new character, Nikali, so he's presumably one of the 4 new characters. And obviously we've seen Bison, we've seen Chun-Li, but other than that, we haven't seen anyone from Street Fighter 4 series, i.e. Juri, Seth, C. Viper, El Forte, and so on and so forth, although I heard El Forte is not going to be in it, so forget about that. And we haven't seen anyone from Third Strike, so we haven't seen Makoto, we haven't seen Dudley, we haven't seen any of the weird characters like Necro or whatever his name is, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I personally would love to see Juri. I don't know that out of a 12 character original cast plus 4 new characters, we're going to see that many characters from 4. And I don't really feel like Juri was the most popular character from 4 either. So seeing her in the new one, I don't know about that. I'd love to, but hey, if she doesn't fit in, I don't know. It's fine. I imagine they're going to put a decent amount of the original World Warriors. I wouldn't say they're going to put everyone, including, say, Honda, for example. It'd be cool if they did, but 12 characters are pretty limited spot, so we're probably going to see, because now we just got Ken, we're probably going to see Guile, we're probably going to see Dalsim, we're probably going to see Sagat. We're going to see the originals, at least most of the originals, and then 1 or 2, characters from different stuff. Like, for example, there's a rumor that Karin and Aramika are going to be in it, which would be amazing, but I don't know, we'll have to see. My second pick would have to be Yun. I mean, might as well. Even though he isn't a character I play as much as, say, my other characters, my projectile characters, I feel like Yun would really fit in with this system. Plus, this game, Street Fighter V, is looking more and more like a good mix of all the previous games, specifically Alpha and Third Strike, so we might see some Yun in some capacity. I think that would be really cool. I don't know about Yang, I don't know about, characters like that, but I would love to see some Yun, personally. And I feel like I could get more mileage out of him in a game like that, which is a little better when it comes to execution, nowhere near as tight and annoying, so you can get off some really stylish combos and stuff. I remember for the longest time people wanted to see him in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Never happened, but, whatever. Next character would be Rose. Rose is a character who I didn't actually play for a long time, but I respected. One of the people who I know plays Rose. I'm sorry, not that I know. One of the people that I look up to and respect, NYC Furby, aka TS7, Arturo Sanchez, he plays Rose, as well as Dawson. And when Rose became bigger in Ultra, I began to understand her more, so I picked her up. And I would love to see Rose in this game, in Street Fighter V, because this is a character that, like the other characters I tend to play, i.e. spacing characters, projectile characters like Ryu and Juri, I would love to see a character like Rose where I can have an alternative option to my already big repertoire of, spacing characters. So there's that. Although I don't know how, prioritized she's a bit like Juri in the sense that Rose does appear in a decent amount of the games, but if you're going to pick 12 characters out of the Street Fighter cast, I doubt you would pick her, even though she is a fan favorite to some people. A final pick, sort of, to kind of wrap this up, would be Viper, I guess. Viper, it's a bit like Juri in the sense that really popular character among specific fans, but was introduced in Street Fighter 4, not Super Street Fighter 4 like Juri, and was a character that people both love and hate in equal capacity. And I think, once again, she would be really cool within 5. Stuff like Seismos and so on would be a bit interesting to see in Street Fighter V's mechanics, and I'm not really sure what her, say, V skill and V trigger would be. That's all the kind of things we have to think about. But other than that, I would like to see her in that, because it's the same sort of thing where there's so many things in Street Fighter 4 that make it difficult for me to play the game how I want to play sometimes. That's why I really liked Omega Mode, because Omega Mode really opened up the game. It made links and execution a bit easier, which meant you could be more creative and do some really fun things. And it just gave characters more juggle potential, and you could go nuts. And that's why I made that recent combo video, the one for Jury, among my other Omega Mode combo videos, which you should totally check out. It's just Omega Mode, I feel like, really made the Street Fighter 4 that I always wanted. And when I play Street Fighter 4, amidst all the frustration and anger and all that kind of crap, for me, I would say what I really want is to play these characters, just not in this game. I always say to people that, oh man, like, I miss playing Jury, I miss playing Yun. I don't miss playing Street Fighter 4, I just miss playing those characters. And even though I know Jury is in Cross Tekken, she doesn't have the same oomph to her that Street Fighter 4 Jury does. Mainly because of damage, mainly because of options, but even though Street Fighter Cross Tekken Jury can do more, I have Lars and Jin in that game, and I got a ridiculous amount of mileage off of them, so, that's neither here nor there. Now, I will remember a quote that good FGC friend of mine, HD Jammers, or should I say UMMOP Jammers, shoutouts to Unequaled Media for sponsoring him. But yeah, so HD Jammers, or UM Jammers, whatever you want to call it, he mentioned that when you will see your character in the game. Now, that's a pretty good quote, because what that means is that so far we've only seen, Ryu, Chun-Li, Bison, Ken, and of course Birdie, which is an interesting choice, and Nash. So we're getting kind of creative. We have Nikali and all these sort of characters who, so far, the roster is looking interesting, but so far, a lot of people still don't have the character that they know they're going to play. For example, you have Cody players missing out, Guy players missing out, Sakura players, Blanca players, even though I don't particularly like that character, I know people do. And obviously people like myself who are missing other projectile characters other than Ryu, for example, Jury, Rose, and so on. So what I would like to see is maybe not necessarily Jury or Rose per se, but a character that once this character is released, I know for a fact, I'll look at them, I'll test them out, I'll play the moves, and like, this is my character, this is who I'm maining. And I admit, for me, it always happens really late. I even remember when Cross Tekken was coming out. For the longest time, I didn't even know who I was going to play, because before the DLC was even sort of, revealed, I wouldn't even say announced, because obviously it was leaked. But before the DLC was revealed, I wasn't sure who I was going to play, because the trailers only showed a bunch of characters, and I remember I saw Ryu, I'm like, yeah, I'll try Ryu out. And I remember for the first few months, I played Ryu a bit, but I saw Ryu, I saw these other characters, and I thought, oh, but where's Jin? Where's Lars? Where's Lee? I just, there's so many Tekken characters I wanted for Cross Tekken, couldn't play. It wasn't until probably a month before the game came out that they announced Jin in the Bosses trailer, which had Jin and Zhao Yu and Jury and Bison in that one really cool trailer. And that's why I thought, oh my god, Jin's in the game, yes! And then, ever since then, Jin's been my most played character. I played Jin and Ryu, Jin and Kazuya, and now Jin and Lars, so I played Jin the longest. So the character I play in most games usually gets announced pretty late. Another example, although not necessarily fighting game related, is that game that's in beta right now by Blizzard, the new Blizzard shooter called Overwatch. There's quite a few characters I saw so far, and I thought they look pretty cool. Tracer, she looks alright. Reaper looks really cool. I'm not too sure about the shotguns. I like shotguns, but Reaper looks kind of alright. Widowmaker, purple sniper chick, she looks cool. So all these characters look really cool, but there's no characters where I really felt like they just fit me to a T. And then Soldier 76 came out, this generic Call of Duty Halo Crisis dude, just with really cheesy lines like, I'm a hard guy to kill, and just all this really dumb military stuff. And I was just like, this is my character. Like, they announced him so late in just the development with this game, which is, mind you, is still in development. Like, the beta's not even out yet, but it took a long time, probably nearly a year since it's been announced, and they finally announced the character who I'm like, day one main. Day one main. Like, Tracer, Reaper, and the rest of them, they all look cool, but when I saw Soldier 76, I'm like, day one main. And I think that's what I want to happen for Street Fighter 5. If I see Jury, awesome. If I see Yun, Rose, Viper, awesome. Right? Obviously, I'm going to play Ryu because I play Ryu in everything. Maybe not necessarily my main. In fact, I should make a point. I like playing Ryu. I love playing Ryu, but I don't always like playing Ryu as a main. In most games, Street Fighter or Capcom versus related, I like playing Ryu, but not as a main, but as a backup or just for fun. It's not that I don't like him. Obviously, I love the guy, I play him and everything. It's more a case of I like to main a character who has a bit more options in him. Ryu is like a safe option when I don't want to necessarily, think too hard or whatever, or just want to, mess around. So even though I know Ryu's there and Ryu's a great option, I'm looking for a character who just fits me in the way that Jury fits me, or that Lars fits me, or Ragnar the Blood Edge in Blaze Blue fits me, or Kai Kiske in Guilty Gear. Just like a character who ticks all these boxes. Like, do they have amazing spacing? Do they have great footsie game? Do they have a projectile? Do they have a super that has decent wake up timing and can be invincible, catch backdashes, or can be used as a reversal? Do they have an uppercut? Do they have a long range snipe move? Like, what options do they have? Like, I want a character who can basically play the mid to long range game, but can still do some really cool stuff up close, but isn't necessarily either the strongest or the fastest or whatever. Like, kind of the mid range character. And I don't know who that's going to be. It might be one of the new characters. I don't know. I can't wait to see the design of the three other characters other than Nikali. But we'll have to see. So anyway, this was Justice. This has been another Voice of JST. Let me know who you're looking forward to in Street Fighter V. Leave a comment down below. Like this video if you liked it. I'm definitely going to try and make more Voice of JSTs in the future. Sorry I've been busy playing Destiny and League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm and all this other stuff. But yeah, so thank you for listening. I will talk to you guys later.